BuckeyeHuddle.com. We are in Indianapolis, actually here for the NFL Combine, but we made a little bit of a pit stop here. We're at Warren Central High School. Four-star defensive end Damien Shanklin, one of the top pass rushers in the country. First of all, Damien, you're out here working on track. What are you doing here with track, and how's all that going for you?
It's going well. Just still perfecting my craft. Like, my first time doing it was my freshman year, and I went to state for it, so I just stuck with it. But it's also like a side thing I do outside of football just to stay occupied with sports.
And you throw?
Yes, sir. I throw the shot put in the discus.
Okay. Are you guys coming up on, like, district playoffs or anything like that soon? Or, like, where are you at? Because you said this kind of indoor season right now. Like, where are you at with your season?
Right now, we're just at the beginning. We haven't had our first meet or anything.
Okay.
Our first meet, I believe, is Friday. So Friday would be our first meet. And then shortly we should get, like, outdoor and stuff. And then I know our state finals or whatever is in Bloomington at IU at May 31st, I believe. So,
what does this do to help you? Is there something that you can take from this to the football field or vice versa?
A lot. I would say our warm-up is with the runners and stuff, so it keeps my speed the same and just the improving speed. Also keeping balance in the ring, having the hips and stuff like that, and then also the explosiveness and power. So.
You've got a national offer list right now. Football is being good to you right now as far as the interest you're getting. Where are things at right now? I know you've got some officials. You've got a few that are set. You've got a few others you're kind of looking at. Kind of talk us through that right now.
Right now I'm just being patient with everything, but like the officials that set, it's Notre Dame, Texas, and Tennessee. I still have undecided officials like Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, and schools like that. But I really just want to be able to get down and actually see the back scenes of stuff and stuff like that. So.
You have an unofficial visit to Ohio State. It's in March 7th is when you'll get up there. How important is this visit? 'Cause it feels like you've wanted to make it. Like you weren't able to make it last month. You were sick, so you weren't able to make it. They certainly seem to want you to get up there. Is it just kind of a matter of just connecting and maybe that offer comes through?
Yeah, definitely. Just growing up watching them and then knowing a lot about Coach Johnson as the years go by, just watching them, the Buckeye crew and stuff like that, and just watching the D linemen get after it. So, like, as a kid and stuff like that, it's just always been me watching the Buckeyes and Notre Dame and schools like that. So
yeah, obviously Notre Dame's another big one in your recruiting process right now. Marcus Freeman played at Ohio State. He's coaching at Notre Dame. That's kind of an interesting dynamic to that. What's your relationship like with the Fighting Irish? And just kind of talk me through what appeals to you about them.
With Notre Dame, it's a lot because, like, my first time going up there, that was my first time meeting Coach Washington and stuff like that, and Coach Freeman. So, like, the way they greeted me, it made me feel like a certain way. And then also just, like, the culture of the school, the atmosphere, the academic part, and then also just being around the players. Like, the first game or whatever, I came out, I talked to the defensive assistant and stuff like that. So I talked to him, Bass, and I just felt like I could see myself playing at the school.
You have a national list, though. I mean, Texas, Oregon, Tennessee, obviously Ohio State, Michigan. So, like, how important, I guess, is geography? You have, like, 3 or 4 schools that are, kind of drivable for you, and then you've got 3 or 4 schools that maybe aren't so close. So how do you look at, kind of geography distance from home?
I really don't look at it that way because I feel like whichever best for me, that's what I would choose. But, like, that's the reason why I'm keeping everything to myself and just being patient with recruitment and stuff like that, because, like, talking to my uncle and coaches and stuff, like, it's not their decision, it's always going to be my decision, they say. So really just look into it more, the school, the culture, the atmosphere, and just the people that surrounded me and the people I know that I'm going to be around every day. So
it's one thing to grow up, like, watching Ohio State, rooting for them on TV, things like that. Yeah. It's a whole different thing as a recruit when you've got to make a really big decision, kind of a business decision. What will be important to you on this upcoming first visit here to kind of see or get a feel for as you kind of get a feel for Ohio State and try and figure out if this is going to be a place you get the offer from, get the official and set up and everything else? What's going to be important?
Most things out of me and that is important, like going on visits and stuff, I would say the culture of the school and just how the bond is with the coaches and the players. So that's why most recruits, and not only recruits, but me, myself, just go to like practices and stuff, being able to watch and see how the coaches are treating their players and how the players are reacting and how the coaches can develop the players, and not only the players, like how they talk to recruits and stuff like that. But definitely when I get down there, I just want to build a bond and just be able to see if I can see myself playing at Ohio State.
Is there a guy you watched there that you try and emulate, or?
Just growing up, I watched a lot of people, but I don't remember their name. But recently, before we went to like the NFL draft and stuff, I was watching Chase Young, Nick Bosa, and people like that. So it really inspired me because everybody call it D-line U. Also, they call Michigan D-line U too, and O-line U. But like when I went to the game, Michigan versus Ohio State, I went on a Michigan visit. So just watching that game, it was very intense. I wasn't choosing sides, even though like I grew up watching Ohio State. I wasn't choosing sides. I was just watching the D-line get after it because that's what mattered the most.
What is that like, though? I mean, I guess you may have more to say about that once you actually get to visit Ohio State here in 2 weeks or whenever that is. But, getting recruited by Michigan and Ohio State on one hand also, but like Notre Dame's kind of a rival of both of those schools as well. They've had their battles. You've got all these schools that are kind of, at each other's throats on the field and the recruiting trail. How has that been, just trying to navigate that, just knowing like if I go here, I'm going to be a rival of these two schools, and kind of vice versa?
I don't know. I would say it just depends on like the outlook and the outcome, but like also just knowing that it would be hard, just knowing like these were the guys, like the people I was talking to and stuff like that. But like when it all comes down to it, you have to handle business. So you really can't think too much about it, but at the same time, like after the game or before the game, you can still show love to them colleges. So.
How is the relationship with Larry Johnson so far? Obviously, March 7th will probably be a good time for you guys to spend some time together, but you're talking to him, like, how are those conversations going, and your thoughts? You've seen like his resume, like you see the guys he sent to the NFL, but like what's it like actually getting to know him and talk to him?
When I first met him, he just showed me a lot about Ohio State, showed me clips and stuff and just the school environment. When I first met him, it was a great talk. Like, I feel like we could build a great bond, and then just also talking to him, like, he told me, like, he wanted me to get down and stuff like that, talk to Coach Day and other coaches, but also I've been in contact with Coach Duhart. So I've been in contact with him a lot. He's been checking up on me and stuff like that. So in between the mix and stuff, that coaches like that talk to me frequently, I would probably say Notre Dame and Ohio State and Michigan. So
okay, those three are kind of the ones you're talking to.
And then like on the back end. So
gotcha. Yeah. How do you see this playing out as far as your officials? Are you going to try and get this over with like before your senior season, or could you push this in your, like, have you put any thought in like timelines and stuff like that?
I didn't plan on committing until after the season, like November, December type. But also with me just planning on graduating early, leaving in December, I just want to make sure I'm narrowing things down and see where I can see myself also, and just being able to track everything down just with all the offers that I'm getting and things like that. So I know I was going to go on a couple like officials and stuff like during June and stuff like that, and then I'll probably take couple more official visits like during the season and stuff.
So you got a long way to go. Doesn't sound like anything's getting decided here the next couple months. So going into the season, just last thing I have for you here, obviously national offer list. What are you bringing to this program? What are you going to bring to whatever future program you go to? What do you think coaches are seeing in you, and just kind of, break down your game?
With me, I'm going to just still keep that pride of the East Side, keep the tradition and stuff like that. And also, not only that, but hold my guys accountable. So, like, with last year, like, we had a lot of juniors, people in my class. Like, so I feel like this year's going to be a great year. And then also, like, the guys that's under me, I feel like they came a long way, like just watching them grow up and stuff like that, and me just being around here since I was like in 4th grade. It's a great place to be. And then with me also, like this year, I want to be like, I want my rankings to go up, so I feel like I should push myself every day to just do that, be number one in the state and stuff like that.
So guys say you don't care, but you do kind of care a little bit, don't you? You kind of want the respect, don't you?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
So there. All right. Well, we appreciate your time, Damien. Thanks for doing this, making time for us here after your track practice in between our NFL Combine stuff we got going on downtown. So maybe we'll see you at the NFL Combine in 4 or 5 years. Who knows?
Yes, sir.
But appreciate your time and good luck here with your visits on next coming weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.